Darkness falls across the land. The midnight hour is close at hand. Lobsters crawl in search of blood to terrorize Monroe's neighborhood. Good evening, Crustacean Nation. Welcome to the standings here that we're seeing of the Continental Division. As you see, the Rock Lobsters on top, the Monroe Moccasins on the bottom. And we are soon to see our review of the Monroe Civic Center in Monroe, Louisiana, where we have a Halloween night battle between the Monroe Moccasins and your 5-1 Athens Rock Lobsters. Matt and Rad bringing you all the action live here on the Athens Rock Lobster Network. We appreciate you tuning in with us as you open up a cold can of a Terrapin beverage while you hand out goodies to the kids. We start out tonight's show with the Piedmont Athens Regional pregame show. Piedmont Athens Regional, real change lives here. Of course, this two-game set is a replay of the very first weekend of the season. The two games that were on October 11th and October 12th had two different complexions, and yet the same result, a win for the team from the Classic City. Claws were lifted up high with aplomb after the first ever game in Rock Lobster history, a 7-2 win for Athens. That was domination from the very beginning, where Garrett Milan scored 2 goals in the opening 3 minutes of the game. But then the very next night, it was a little bit different. Things were looking a lot less certain for head coach Steve Martinson's team the next night. But Captain Carter Shinkarik rattled the water bottle in the final minute of play to take a 3-2 win back to Athens. Last weekend, Dashers hockey proved that the Rock Lobsters were not invincible, defeating the good guys 3-2. However, the team from Danville was served a cold dish as Athens came back the next night and won 7-2. The Moccasins are still yet to win in regulation in this campaign, but they had a reason to throw the plastic snakes to the ice last game as they registered 2 points with a shootout victory against cross-state foes, the Baton Rouge Zydeco. There was an interesting performance in that game from a Zydeco player, and it's relevant to tonight's broadcast. We'll touch on that in our Impact Players segment, which is brought to you by FanSaves. For the Moccasins, we might see the arrival of Declan Conway. He is the highest FEHL scorer on the Monroe team this year. And yet he's not played a game yet for the Moccasins. Interestingly enough, he's coming off a 1-goal, 1-assist performance against Monroe as a member of the Zydeco. He's already had a solid career in the FPHL, and he's hoping to continue to do so in Monroe. Starting tonight against the Rock Lobsters. For Athens, it's going to be Orca Weisblatt. Look, Malik Johnson, Garrett Milan, Orca Weisblatt, the line that practices in green jerseys, and that's why Coach Marty calls them the money line. And they've been looking like that as of late. Orca Weisblatt, the only Rock Lobster in that 7-2 win last game to register multiple goals, and they both came on special teams, one on the power play and the other shorthanded. He scored in this building just a matter of weeks ago on a silky backhander. And that segment, our Impact Player segment, is brought to you by FanSaves. Download FanSaves and follow the Athens Rock Lobsters to check out the Rock Lobsters digital coupon book. We now figuratively take a zoom in at the players on the ice with our Aikens Ford starting lineups. Why fix something when it ain't broken? Garrett Milan centers Malik Johnson and Orca Weisblatt. Captain Carter Shinkarik in a deep pair with Riley Robertson and Jack Bostedt between the pipes. For the Moccasins, we have not got their starters in yet. We'll take a look at that when we get the chance. Your starting lineups brought to you by Aikens Ford. If you're going to make a deal on a new truck, why not deal with the biggest and the best? Still looking for the Monroe stream to start here. Hopefully there's no technical difficulties over in Monroe. So we'll throw that up there, see if we need a refresh or anything here. Checking the Monroe site. Still no game up as of yet. And hopefully we have some video coming through soon from Monroe, and it looks like we do. So let's bring it in, and we send you to Monroe to see what's going on there. A little bit of connection issues, it seems. Going to be an interesting second series against Monroe. Be interesting to see how it goes and if Monroe is fueled by any residual revenge feelings from the first time these two teams met. We get a chance for you to throw you to a quick commercial message from Piedmont Athens Regional.
As a football player, my body is everything to me. When I got injured, I was worried about
my future in the game, but you and your team's expertise, care, and support reassured me from the start. I've been able to recover because of the quality care I received at Piedmont, and I am back playing at my full potential on the field. I can't thank you enough for what you've done for me, my family, and my future. Your help means the world to me, and I'll always be grateful for your part in keeping my dreams alive. How you doing?
Well, I didn't know you were going to be here.
Yes, sir.
I'm so proud of you. So happy for you. It gives me joy to see you out there on the field doing your thing. You look good.
Appreciate you.
It's a good-looking ankle.
I'm trying to tell you.
Since we opened in 1968, we've taken pride in our professional staff. Unparalleled customer service is our legacy. Experience the best, skilled hands and friendly faces. At Stanfield Air Systems, satisfaction is not just a guarantee, it's our tradition. Schedule online at stanfieldair.com.
It seems as though Monroe might be having some technical issues. We'll see if we can get that figured out as soon as we possibly can. Until then, we'll be right back here on the Athens Rock Lobster Network. Seems like we've got something figured out here. Broadcast up and going on the Monroe side, and we are minutes away from the puck drop as we see the Moccasins make their way to the ice. As we said in our pregame show, some interesting storylines coming out of Monroe. Of course, now their head coach is Mo Levac, who had started on the Monroe roster as a member of the team. Here you see the record between these two squads. Rock Lobsters off to a hot start with 14 points. Moccasins with just 3 at the bottom of the Continental Division, still looking for their first win in regulation. They're going to try to fight for all they're worth to try and get that regulation win tonight. Mo Levac at the helm as the coach of the Monroe Moccasins. And, of course, on their roster tonight as well, as we talked about in our open, is Declan Conway, someone who has scored 3 goals and registered 3 assists already this year. But he has not done any of those numbers for the Moccasins. He has done all of them for the Baton Rouge Zydeco. As a matter of fact, he registered a goal and an assist in his last game, which came against Monroe. He must have impressed the coaching staff so much that they put in a bid to sign him, and they are able to do so. I believe he's on a 4-game contract. Seconds away from the national anthem, meaning we're minutes away from puck drop. On the Athens Rock Lobster side, we have our Piedmont Athens Regional injury report. And to my understanding, back in the mix this weekend are Cole McKechnie and Josh Rosenswag, although Jack Bostet does get the start in net tonight. But both of those players who were on the IR are back in the mix to be participating this weekend. Taking a look at the chat. Happy Halloween from Brian Odell. Thank you very much, Brian. Happy Halloween to you guys. Hope you guys have had a great day being able to spend some time with the kids or maybe just relax after work. And we throw it to the broadcast for the national anthem. Don't believe you have to adjust your speakers. Don't think there's any sound coming through from the Monroe stream. National anthem over was not one that we could hear in the audio. After checking the Monroe stream, it looks like they're having some audio issues. No problem for you guys. That means you get to hear all of my dulcet tones as we look to get started here. Monroe off to a struggling start in their 2024-25 campaign. And very interesting jerseys for the Monroe Moccasin team tonight, as you see Ekholm Rosen getting the start in net for the Moccasins. And I got to say, I like that design, the old rib cage skeleton design. It's very reminiscent of my scene kid, goth kid days. Monroe Civic Center was a building that was absolutely electric when we traveled there. What was just a couple weeks ago, 3 weeks ago to be exact. As you know, this top line for the Rock Lobsters getting started out, Johnson, Milan, and Orca Weisblatt, Riley Robertson, and Carter Shinkarik, and it's Milan who wins the drawback. Shinkarik. Rock Lobsters started off hot against the Moccasins the first time these two teams met, and immediately it's Ekholm Rosen that has to put the freeze on the puck. Offensive zone face-off here. .1943 on the clock. Milan tries to scrape it back, but it's the Moccasins who come out with the puck. Unable to move fluidly over the blue line. Good piece of skill there, but then it's given away. Shot on net on Jack Bostet. And we've already got some pleasantries being exchanged right in front of the goaltender's crease. Shot put on there by that man right there, Scott Koch, who's just celebrating his birthday. Just turned 28 years old. Jack Bostet is someone who's looked locked in over the last 4 games that he's started. Kolatarsi gets on the end of the faceoff win. Troy Murray able to hold up a Moccasin from chasing Kolatarsi, who puts it up the left wing behind the net, rescued by Samuel Howe Gustafson. Here comes this second line for the Rock Lobsters, looking unchanged from last weekend's play, even with Cole McKechnie being back in the mix. It's Picard, Gallant, and Virgili. Murray swiftly over to Gallant. Virgili, using that trademark speed that we've seen all season long, breezes past his defender, tries to get it onto the forehand. Puck still loose out in front of the crease, blocked by a body, and then it's eventually cleared by Monroe. Good start for the Rock Lobsters. Not anything to show for it just yet. Monroe right now chasing just to try and get a touch of the puck, and here comes Malik Johnson, already back on this top line. Perhaps Coach Martinson can smell blood in the water. Soccer touch from Carter Shinkarik takes the puck into the corner. Orca Weisblatt digs it out. Garrett Milan getting feisty with a moccasin in the corner, but the Monroe team is able to skate it out. Jack Bostet tries to recycle it quickly and puts it right past Blake Anderson. Shinkarik has been a calming presence for the Rock Lobsters on the puck all season long. He'll traverse with it. Over to his D-man partner, Riley Robertson. Skips past Weisblatt towards the net, dealt with by Ekholm Rosen. Skips out of the offensive zone. New D-pair on, Justin Movali. Dumps it into the Monroe side. Good hit there from Portillo. Shakes the puck loose. Garcia sends it back up the boards. Still in play here for Monroe, though, before eventually being cleared out. Here comes this checking line for the Rock Lobsters, including Portillo and Alden. More than 2 minutes of uninterrupted play here. Good move from Garcia. He dumps into the corner. Alden on the left side of the ice. Good pass into the middle. Portillo tries to follow up the shot. This third line for the Rock Lobsters of Hunt, Portillo, and Alden with some great offensive play, and we'll take another look at it here. Hunter Alden with a great pass in the middle. Chris Hunt tries to challenge Ekholm Rosen and Portillo with a second bite at the cherry, but it tastes just as sour. Virgili in the face-off circle. He wins out against Blake Anderson. Blake Anderson has had to see a lot of number changes recently. Picard loses out on his handle. Moccasins trying to turn defense into attack, something that was difficult for them in the first 2 games of the season. Virgili over center ice. Gets pushed into the entrance of the penalty box. Just about 4 minutes through. And we send it to it looks like we'll stay here. Face off right in front of that penalty box. It's a good win there from Kyle Stevens. Milan tries to poke that puck free. It's taken into the corner. Robertson, a disparity of heights between the two Rock Lobsters there, but between those two, they're able to dig the puck out. Bostet plays it. Little windmill there from Milan. Just the one real scoring chance between either of these two teams. It was that quick one from Portillo, but here come the Moccasins getting stopped there by Bostet as Chris Corrigan. And into the glove of Bostet as we stop here at the 15-11 mark. High energy start and a physical start between these two teams. Quickly back underway, face-off one. Ocean Weisblatt puts the puck into neutral zone. Really good play here from Portillo. The big, tough man looking like a playmaker. Portillo having the most shots thus far in this game. And we're taking a look at a replay here from the Monroe end. And we're quickly back into action. Weisblatt over to the right side. Dribbles into the corner. Chris Hunt lays a check on a Moccasin. And the puck's going to be cleared out. And it'll be for an icing. You could say the Rock Lobsters have had the better chances in this game, but really, all the good chances in this game have come for Justin Portillo. We got a stoppage in play here. A reminder that this broadcast is brought to you by Piedmont Athens Regional. Real change lives here. Aikens Ford. Aikens Ford is the largest Ford dealership in Georgia. If you're going to trust anyone, why not trust the biggest and the best? Stanfield Air Systems. We've spent the last 50 years fulfilling Athens' HVAC needs. First American Bank and Trust. We specialize in you. And Terrapin Beer Company. Do the right thing always. Almost back underway here. Little shenanigans on the face-off. Puck's dropped now. Virgili tries to shake it free with his foot. But here come the Moccasins with numbers. Good stop out in front of Murray, depriving Blake Anderson of another try. Touched on by Picard. Picard coming off a 3-assist game. As we've got a stoppage for icing. Brandon Picard, in my talks with head coach Steve Martinson, he said he's been a point-per-game player in his time in the FPHL, and he's looked a point-per-game player thus far. Exactly what you want to see from someone who was added onto the roster after the first series against Monroe. So this is his first trip to Louisiana this season. Colatarsi, not the first time that he's been the first man to the face-off win. Puck gets lost in the fray. Stepping up and making a good place. Picard, who finds Gallant. Gallant forces a great save on the pad from Ekholm Rosen. And then Virgili misses just wide. And Kolatarsi has the puck, skip past his stick. Can the Moccasins do anything with it? No, Bostet, a great save. We'll take another look at that chance, I thought, from Cason Gallant, who perhaps has the best scoring opportunity in this game. Justin Portillo with a few shots in this matchup as well. Milan with a face-off win. Riley Robertson, his teammates call him Robo. He kind of looks like RoboCop out there. Would be a good Halloween costume for him. The man standing at 6'6". Heavy check on the far side. Malik Johnson trying to use his speed. That pass goes through the crease of Ekholm Rosen. That puck helped onto the stick of Chris Corrigan. He tries a wrister from the boards. Easy stop for Bostet to make. Milan picks up a loose puck. Carries it over. Dumps it in. Johnson will chase. Kali Koivu Niemi turns the puck over. Johnson with a wrister. Orca Weisblatt was waiting on the doorstep. Shinkarik backhands it over to Milan. Milan back into the captain's direction. Help to the blue line. Orca Weisblatt with a wrister and another save out of Ekholm Rosen. He has been equivalent to every challenge that has been thrown his way thus far. A good start for the Swede. 0-1 on the season is Ekholm Rosen. Hunter Alden loses out on the faceoff in the offensive zone. Puck cleared the length of the ice. Doesn't go far enough for the icing. Matt Garcia. Good passage of play here. Finds Hunt on the near side. Sometimes the best pass is a shot. I think that was Chris Hunt's philosophy right there. 8 minutes gone in the first period. Alden getting dirty in the corner. Puck kicked out by Portillo. Puck sent long. And we've got another icing. .11:44 to go. Scoring chances have been pretty even, but perhaps the quality of scoring chances leans the way of the Rock Lobsters. As we get another look at Jack Bostet, 25-year-old out of Janesville, Wisconsin. Quick shot from Cason Gallant. I think that one got lost in the netting somewhere. Referee not happy with the face-off there on the Monroe side. Facilitates the face-off win for Virgili. Gallant hit hard by the shoulder of Stefanini. Troy Murray able to keep that puck in the zone of the blue line. Wheeled around the end boards. Monroe constantly having to clear the puck. Lofted puck. Picard tries to glove it down. Ekholm Rosen sends it into the corner. Another heavy hit. This time Philip Virgili is the victim as we see a slapper take a deflection and go wide. Really quick pass out of the D. Virgili. Nobody there, and taking it the other way is Chris Corrigan. He's had some great opportunities in this game thus far. All of them from tight angles, though. Couple examples of both teams sacrificing the puck. Wow, what a beautiful move there. Try to following it up, but the shot on the second time around is wide of the mark from Rex Moe. What a move between the legs there. Rex Moe looking for his first goal of the year. Blake Anderson takes a hit from Robertson, gets dispossessed. Halfway through this first period, we're still looking for our first goal. Malik Johnson trying to end that. Garrett Milan was waiting for that pass from Johnson on the other side of the net. Now a 3-on-2 here from the Moccasins. Wrist shot saved by Bostet. Milan picks up a loose puck. Couple of back-to-back scoring chances between these two teams. No icing, says the referee. Orca Weisblatt tries to hook that puck away from his man. No-look pass to the near side. Mo volley sends one right on Ekholm Rosen. One-on-one here. Wrister, and getting a block on that was Mo volley on the shot from Samuel Howe Gustafson. Chris Hunt tries to drag that puck through. A good D from the Monroe Swede, though. Matt Garcia fighting off a snake. He's asking for the hook call. He's not going to get it from the officials. Gustafson, bank pass. Causes some confusion on both ends. Hunter Alden backhands a pass right to a Moccasin, and play will stop here with 8:35 to go. We're going to take a quick break here. A message from Piedmont Athens.
As a football player, my body is everything to me. When I got injured, I was worried about
my future in the game, but you and your team's expertise, care, and support reassured me from the start. I've been able to recover because of the quality care I received at Piedmont, and I am back playing at my full potential on the field. I can't thank you enough for what you've done for me, my family, and my future. Your help means the world to me, and I'll always be grateful for your part in keeping my dreams alive. How you doing?
Well, I didn't know you were going to be here.
Yes, sir.
I'm so proud of you. So happy for you. It gives me joy to see you out there on the field doing your thing. You look good.
Appreciate you.
It's a good-looking ankle.
I'm trying to tell you.
Since we opened in 1968, we've taken pride in our professional staff. Unparalleled customer service is our legacy. Experience the best, skilled hands and friendly faces. At Stanfield Air Systems, satisfaction is not just a guarantee, it's our tradition. Schedule online at stanfieldair.com.
One of our sponsors is Fan Saves. Fans, make sure to download the Fan Saves app to access exclusive deals from our partners. For example, you can log in now and you can get a free basket of fries from Farm Burger. Download Fan Saves and follow the Athens Rock Lobsters to check out the Rock Lobsters digital coupon book. We open back with play here in the first period, and it's a quick whistle. Looks like Troy Murray is being taken to the penalty box. And this will be the first power play of the night for the Monroe Moccasins. And that puts the Rock Lobsters on the Leslie Jones Law penalty kill. Leslie Jones Law, strong, skilled, strategic defense. So let's see how the Rock Lobsters deal with being down a man for the first time tonight. Blake Anderson in the faceoff circle and with the win. Shoemaker behind the net. Touched back by Helmer Oscarson. Malik Johnson, very, very smart play to just spend some time of that power play. As a matter of fact, it's a great pass for Garrett Milan. Just misses that top corner. Garrett Milan almost goes top bins. Thought it was a wise move from Malik Johnson to just shed some time on this Leslie Jones Law penalty kill. Minute and 24 left on this man advantage, and a really good shot and a save from Jack Bostedt. Kyle Stevens got in a great spot in the faceoff circle, but Jack Bostedt has been a brick wall thus far. The Moccasins will go again. Stomp on the brakes from Samuel Hal Gustafson. Doesn't like his look. And we've got a stoppage in play. Jack Bostedt has just had an electric start to this game. According to the stats, 4 saves from him. Feels like more than that, as there's now less than a minute to go on this Leslie Jones Law penalty kill for the Rock Lobsters. And it looks like we'll go to the 4-on-4. Looks like Declan Conway has shot the Moccasins in the foot. Let's see if there's more open ice here on the 4-on-4. Deflection right in front of the net. Ekholm Rosen has shined in this game as well on the stop. On the redirect from Hunter Alden. 54 seconds to go on the 4-on-4. Alden flips it back for himself. Actually, it's Garcia who loses out. Good defensive play there from Kason Gallant. How many times have we seen him with a great offensive play? Colatarsi over for Gallant. Gallant maybe trying to put one off the rear end of Ekholm Rosen. Smart idea. Does it come off? Moccasins know that they have potentially one more rush here on the 4-on-4. 15 seconds to go. It is a rush indeed. Good move here. Wrist shot stopped by Bostedt. Hal Gustafson tries to ring it around the rosy, and now Malik Johnson with an opportunity. A wrist shot saved by Ekholm Rosen. Play is stopped. Are we going to see another penalty here? Orca Weisblatt got in the face, I believe, of Scott Koch. And now we're on the Paloma Park power play. Good face-off win for Milan. Orca Weisblatt had his stick being held up by the blade of a moccasin stick. Monroe has been laying some heavy hits. Went to practice on Wednesday. Power play was something that was being worked on a lot at the end of practice, and now just 40 seconds to go on this Paloma Park power play. If the Rock Lobsters score on the Paloma Park power play, fans can unlock $3 tacos at Paloma Park for 24 hours through the FanSaves app. Time running out here. 20 seconds on the man advantage. 5:35 to go in the period. Milan with a little bit of trick-or-treatery. Virgili decides against the shot. Weisblatt back to the Swede. To the right for Shinkarik. Milan in the right faceoff circle. Great pass for Virgili. Likewise for Weisblatt. And a save up into the boards. And a poke check. 1-on-0 opportunity for the Moccasins, but Jack Bostedt has absolutely stopped these Snakes in their tracks. Play's not dead yet here. Puck came right out in front. Rock Lobsters had to deal with it, and they did. Rock Lobsters tried to spring forward Chris Hunt. Here he is again on the puck. Calm, collected passing. Troy Murray gets hit with a stick and just throws it off of himself. And we've got a fight here. Guess who? Justin Portillo. He takes the Monroe Moccasin jersey off for him and then brings him to the ground. We don't even know who it is because his jersey's off. Who cares? Justin Portillo just pummeled him into the ice. Justin Portillo says, "Remember me, Monroe?" Justin Portillo fired up, trying to evoke a reaction from his bench. That's exactly what Justin Portillo does. Paloma Park power play over. But there should be some energy in the bench area of the Rock Lobsters after they just watched their guy completely pummel somebody. Looks like we got a stoppage here. And that gives us an opportunity to tell you about our season tickets. With the Athens Rock Lobsters off to a hot start, now is the time to lock in your loyalty. Secure your season tickets and save big compared to single game prices, plus enjoy exclusive benefits like early entry and meet and greets with the team. Do not miss a moment. Get your season ticket today. For more, visit rocklobstershockey.com/tickets.
As a football player, my body is everything to me. When I got injured, I was worried about
my future in the game, but you and your team's expertise, care, and support reassured me from the start. I've been able to recover because of the quality care I received at Piedmont, and I am back playing at my full potential on the field. I can't thank you enough for what you've done for me, my family, and my future. Your help means the world to me, and I'll always be grateful for your part in keeping my dreams alive. How you doing?
Well, I didn't know you were going to be here.
Yes, sir.
I'm so proud of you. So happy for you. It gives me joy to see you out there on the field doing your thing. You look good.
Appreciate you.
It's a good-looking ankle.
I'm trying to tell you.
Meet our professional team, where the best customer service. Meet our professional team, where the best customer service is our promise. With over 5 decades of expertise, trust Stanfield to keep you comfortable. Schedule online at stanfieldair.com.
Where we have about 4.5 minutes left in this first period, and there's been some decent scoring chances, but no doubt the highlight has been watching Justin Portillo absolutely pound down on a Monroe Moccasin. Trying to take a look at the game sheet to see who recorded that penalty, and we are back in action. Kolatarsi with a little bit of a roulette move there. Tries to bet it all on red, but it doesn't come across for him. Kolatarsi into the skates of Virgili. Dangerous play, and the puck gets deflected out of play. Just about 4 minutes to go. Philip Virgili with a face-off win. Had a chance to talk with the Swede. He'll be our second intermission interview today. In the first intermission, you'll hear from head coach Steve Martinson, as you do on every first intermission. Virgili there to sweep it back for Colatarsi. Puck with a good bounce. No Rock Lobster there, but Brandon Picard makes an interception like a corner. Both teams right now looking for an advantageous bounce that really hasn't come their way yet. Gallant with a great pass to the far side. Virgili unleashes a wrist shot that goes wide. Picard tries to send it back around, but the Moccasins are going to be able to just temporarily deal with it. They can only find Chris Hunt, and Virgili will send it back over to number 19. Hunt. Puck pinballing all around before the Moccasins take it out of their zone. Moccasin fans want a penalty, and they're going to get one. Chris Hunt's going to go to the box for the trip. And we are back on the Leslie Jones Law penalty kill. Strong, skilled, strategic defense. When you think all three of those things, you think Leslie Jones Law. Be good, but if you can't be good and you get caught, call Leslie. Halloween night can definitely be a mischievous night. I'm sure there'll be a lot of ne'er-do-wells calling Leslie Jones tonight. Hopefully not prank calls, though. 2:48 to go in the period. And now 2 minutes of man advantage for the Moccasins. Chris Hunt in the box for the trip. Waiting for the go-ahead. Referee going over to the review area. Not sure what can be reviewed here. Take a look at how both teams have done on the power play thus far. It says the Rock Lobsters are 4 for 26, but I believe that is from the Federal Hockey website, and I believe there's some disparity in what the website lists and what is the actual truth from Rock Lobster games this year. Little waltzing around from the referees, trying to figure out if we have this all settled. Looks like we do. Garrett Milan won the faceoff, but getting to the second time that puck was available, Malik Johnson tries to get that puck out. Rock Lobsters fighting with everything they're worth to try and clear this puck out. And here it comes. Malik Johnson has Milan to his right. Johnson can't get the pass over there. Is he taken down illegally? No, says a referee. Good open look here, but Rex Moe is forced into the pass. A long-range shot from Declan Conway. Puck at the blue line. Kalikovu Niemi. Really good pass to the far side. Declan Conway can't bury it. Looking for his first as a Moccasin, and it's not going to come yet. Minute left on the man advantage for Monroe. Someone pointed out earlier on in the stream that there is a UGA hockey player named Declan Conway. I thought that was interesting. Serendipitous, if you will. That one kicked out and cleared out by the Rock Lobsters. Maybe more so if Orca Weisblatt can make a play here. Great pass for Alden, and it hits the iron. Couple of great opportunities shorthanded in this game for the Rock Lobsters, but the two, either from Malik Johnson or Hunter Alden, have been unable to be buried. Minute 15 to go in this period. 10 seconds on the power play. Chris Hunt freed from the sin bin with exactly a minute to go. Hunter Alden trying hard to try and get the puck to him, knowing that he could spring himself free. And the offside whistle is blown. 48 seconds to go in this first period. And the greatest opportunity that came on that Monroe power play came on the chance from Hunter Alden, who struck the right pipe. .48 seconds to go. Will we potentially have a scoreless period here as we see Philip Virgili kicked out of the faceoff circle, trying to plead his case to no avail. Cason Gallant now watches the Moccasin on the other side of him. Chris Corrigan get kicked out. Picard whiffs on it. Tries the poke check to get it back under his carom. Shakaric takes a whack over at Chris Corrigan. Riley Robertson trying to spring Brandon Picard. That went under the legs of Cason Gallant. 20 seconds to go. Robertson calmly has the puck. Looks like he's trying to create one more opportunity. It's not going to happen, and that does it for play in the first period. So really the best opportunities in this game came for the Rock Lobsters, and they came shorthanded. Interestingly enough, Malik Johnson had a great opportunity on the first penalty kill. Then the Rock Lobsters went on the 4-on-4 before going on the power play. Nothing doing there for the visitors. And then Hunter Alden on the next penalty kill hits one off the post. Both goaltenders have been fantastic thus far, whether it be Ekholm Rosen for Monroe or Jack Bostedt for the Rock Lobsters. But we go to the second period with no score just yet, 0-0 between Athens and Monroe. Had a chance to talk to head coach Steve Martinson at Tuesday practice before they took off for Monroe on Wednesday. And he had a lot to say about all the doings and the goings-on for the Rock Lobster team. Welcome back to our first intermission Coach's Corner. Matt Teenrad joined once again by Rock Lobster head coach Steve Martinson. Coach Marty, the team tastes its first defeat in the game Friday against the Dashers and then bounces back in a big way the next night. Was there anything that needed to be tweaked between those two games, or were you just not getting the bounce of the puck in game one?
Well, I mean, we had a ton of chances. We had a ton of shots. We had a bunch of pipes. But I think the biggest difference between the two, we didn't have good net front. The goalie was seeing everything, and we weren't there for the rebounds that were sitting there. A couple of loose pucks that we could have put in if we had guys going to the net. And the next night we got that, a little better at being at or around the net when we were shooting the puck. And again, we had a lot of shots. So, but it couldn't keep us keep us from scoring the whole weekend.
You were somewhat the victim of a really good goalie performance in Danville, and then Jack Bostedt comes out the next night, puts on a great show of his own. It's still really early days of you really even getting your eyes on Jack. What have you made of his play thus far?
Well, he's an All-American for a reason, so he's a good goalie. And he's very confident, and he's got good size, and, he just does everything well. So I'm not surprised. He's got, again, they screwed up the stats again, and we still haven't had anything corrected from the first weekend. So kind of it's annoying, but he's got a 9.35 save percentage too, and 2 goals against, but they counted the empty net goal against him as a goal. So dealing with that still.
The special teams were electric in that second game. A shorty and 3 power play goals. On the man advantage, it seemed like the plan was put pucks on net and everything else will follow. Was that the plan, or was that just how things kind of fell that night?
Well, if your power play isn't scoring, you want to shoot the puck. And I'm a big believer in shoot the puck first and then make plays second. So, we were firing the puck and I think their goalie, it's pretty tough for him to, when you look at his statistics, sometimes you lose a game because the goalie plays out of his mind, and they're all capable of doing it. But we were really weak defensively on the second goal, on their game-winning goal. We had 5 guys poke check the guy with the puck, and sure enough, it ends up on somebody's stick where the goalie was screened, and they got a kind of a garbagey goal. But that's why you got to, the things that you work on, you want to make sure you're doing in the game. And one of the things that we believe in is screening the goalie and getting traffic to the net.
Garrett Milan scored yet another extremely early goal, once again on Friday night, scoring in the first minute. Do you see that as, as a team, do you sniff that out, that maybe a team is vulnerable early, or is that just Millsy being Millsy? Does his speed kind of catch other teams off guard?
Yeah, I'd like to take credit. It's just really good coaching. But no, I mean, that line is just, I start them every game now because they seem to always score first. And so, the sooner we get on the scoreboard, the better. So that's why, I keep going back with that line to start the game and get them out there as many shifts as I can early in the game. And they're typically that they're going to get that first goal. And he's a pro, and he shows why he led an SP team in scoring, because he's a pro and he's ready to play. And I love that. I don't have to talk to him. I don't have to, try to pat him on the back or Bill. He just gets ready to play and goes out there, and he's ready to go right at the start.
We saw another fresh face this past weekend, Ocean Weisblatt, who's been with the team but started in the D-Corps for the first time this season. I thought he brought a physical edge to his game. What did you make of his performance in the 2 games?
Yeah, well, he was getting kind of physical in practice. I think he was frustrated because he's been practicing and hadn't played yet. So he is a physical player, even though he's not a real big guy. But he does. He told me that when I signed him, he had 100 and some penalty minutes, and so he'll be another guy that will chip in and be physical and be greasy. And that's what we saw that a little bit in the second game. Things started to get a little chippy, but then we just started to crush some guys, and then they decided they weren't going to try to pursue that type of game against us. So, we need, everybody, all hands on deck when it comes to that physical play.
We didn't see Josh Rosenswag or Cole McKechnie this last weekend. Half of the reason for that was logistical. The other half was kind of precautionary. Are we going to see them potentially back in the mix in Monroe?
Well, so I've been dealing with the league with the point system and been denied again on trying to reduce a player's points. So I got a point problem, and they were on the IR. They weren't eligible to play last weekend. So I got a point issue before we can activate either one of those guys. I got to decide what I'm doing on the roster, and we've got, one player that's going to be out next weekend. So there's a lot of moving parts. So, we'll see what I come up with by Thursday night.
You pointed out last time I talked to you that depth is what leads to success in the playoffs, and we've definitely seen depth thus far in the 3 lines and the 7D. Someone who's shining for me on the 3rd line is Chris Hunt. He knows this level well, and it feels like he's off to his best start of a season at this level. A good wrist shot that we saw on Saturday, which he scored on. A guy who's not afraid to get dirty in the corners. What are you liking about Huntsy so far?
Well, he kind of, depending on, I move him around between, different lines depending on who they're matching up, and he's kind of a guy that, he's a greasy guy, and when things start to get heat up, he's right there in the mix. So, but he's got a great knack around the net to put pucks in. So, I mean, it's no surprise that he's scoring goals.
I know sometimes coaches might put different lines out for different reasons. Do you kind of have that philosophy with the build of your team? Is there like a defensive line, a checking line, or is the goal for all 3 lines to generate scoring chances no matter what?
Yeah, you want to all generate offense, but obviously Ports is on the 1 line, and he brings a more physical element than other guys. And then, the first line's got a lot of speed and skill, and actually, we've got. I think our team in speed has increased a little bit, and some guys still got to get in a little better shape. But I do like our overall depth for speed. And, one of the things that it's funny because we were talking about it this morning that I was talking about with Phil is, we were talking about Kaysen being a guy that could be a guy that really puts us in a good position because he'd scored a lot of goals in when he was in college. And if he could continue to do that here, he would give us a couple of high-scoring lines, and that's what we have now. So Picard is starting to heat up a little bit in practice. I've seen him score a lot of nice goals, so I think we got a lot of offensive depth now.
Last question, Coach. You guys head back to Monroe later this week to take on the Moccasins. They have still yet to win a game in regulation. Curious if you're potentially thinking that anything different is going to happen from the last time that you were in Louisiana?
Well, they got a couple of guys that don't play, and they kind of try to, the one comes out and tries to challenge guys to fights, and I tell our guys, you can fight anybody you want, but not those guys, because they don't play. Right. They don't play, and they're zero factor in the game. So
the 10-shift rule, right?
Yeah, that's not going to change at all if they dress one of those guys that doesn't play hockey and just wants to go out and fight. I mean, it's just kind of ridiculous. But I'm going to watch video of their last game tomorrow. We got a long bus trip, so I'll be watching some of the video to see if they're doing anything different than. But I just thought, they looked like they were a little bit, heavy when we played them last time. So, it's close to a month later. Maybe some of the guys have gotten a little bit better shape, but I thought they looked a little heavy when we played them.
Thanks so much, Coach. Sure. Good luck this week.
As a football player, my body is everything to me. When I got injured, I was worried about
my future in the game, but you and your team's expertise, care, and support reassured me from the start. I've been able to recover because of the quality care I received at Piedmont, and I am back playing at my full potential on the field. I can't thank you enough for what you've done for me, my family, and my future. Your help means the world to me, and I'll always be grateful for your part in keeping my dreams alive. How you doing?
Well, I didn't know you were going to be here.
Yes, sir.
I'm so proud of you. So happy for you. It gives me joy to see you out there on the field doing your thing. You look good.
Appreciate you.
It's a good-looking ankle.
I'm trying to tell you.
Since we opened in 1968, we've taken pride in our professional staff. Unparalleled customer service is our legacy. Experience the best, skilled hands and friendly faces. At Stanfield Air Systems, satisfaction is not just a guarantee, it's our tradition. Schedule online at stanfieldair.com. Since 1968, we've been your trusted source for home comfort. From then to now, we've evolved, but our commitment to your comfort remains unchanged. Experience the expertise that only decades of dedicated service can provide. Trust Stanfield. We've been keeping homes comfortable for over 50 years. Your comfort, our legacy. Schedule online at Stanfield Air.
As a football player, my body is everything to me. When I got injured, I was worried about
my future in the game, but you and your team's expertise, care, and support reassured me from the start. I've been able to recover because of the quality care I received at Piedmont, and I am back playing at my full potential on the field. I can't thank you enough for what you've done for me, my family, and my future. Your help means the world to me, and I'll always be grateful for your part in keeping my dreams alive. How you doing?
Well, I didn't know you were going to be here.
Yes, sir.
I'm so proud of you. So happy for you. It gives me joy to see you out there on the field doing your thing. You look good.
Appreciate you.
It's a good-looking ankle.
I'm trying to tell you.
I'm sorry, can everybody hear me now? Apologies. Looks like there were some issues with the audio, but we are back. As we see the Rock Lobsters having to play some defense here. Wheeled around, trying to challenge Bostedt. Bostedt has been equal to every challenge thus far. Dumped in, but right at Ekholm-Rosen. And we've got a stoppage of play at 17-12, and it looks like business is picking up once again. Apologies once again. On the technical issues. Want to thank all 131 of you for tuning in. As we see a wrister from Shinkarig blocked out in front, we've just seen a lot of heavy traffic, which is something that Steve Martinson wanted to see. It might lead to an opportunity for Monroe, but the save from Bostedt comes on the shot from Conway. If you are tuning in, make sure you subscribe to the Athens Rock Lobster YouTube channel, close to our next goal of 400 subscribers, and that also means that you can take part in our YouTube chat here. Good move from Milan as he enters the zone. Can't complete that deke, though, which would have led to a potential shot on Ekholm-Rosen. Ekholm-Rosen, through the first 24 minutes of this game, is off to his best start of the season. We got a stoppage and play on the offside. Again, we're seeing these special Halloween jerseys for the Moccasins. I still figured they would have been more snake-related. Virgili going up against Scott Koch. Koch wins that battle. Bostedt with another great save. Loose puck right in front of him. But Kolatarsi gets there first. Kolatarsi has made some great defensive reads in this game thus far. Troy Murray, more of an offensive defenseman, looking for the skating run of Virgili. Can't find him. Backhanded in by Trigvi Miniguns. Troy Murray with a judo throw into the boards there. Quick wrister, and it's saved by Bostedt. And look at what we got here. Troy Murray looked like he took a stick in somewhere where you don't want to get a stick stuck from the other team. He didn't like that, took exception to it, and cross-checked that stick away from him. Chris Corrigan up against Hunter Alden for the offensive zone draw. Won by Corrigan. That one skips through the legs of Garcia. Ocean Weisblatt takes a body check from the linesman. Portillo, near side here. Dumps it in. Ekholm-Rosen can't glove it cleanly. Chris Hunt gets in between the D-man and the puck. Ends up getting taken down. Have really liked the play of this third line thus far. Hunter Alden gets his stick grabbed. Chris Hunt wrists it right into the padding of Ekholm-Rosen. A lot of energy from this third line of Portillo, Alden, and Hunt. They've brought the energy and the physicality to this game for the Rock Lobsters. And Athens taking a look up at the scoreboard, knowing what needs to be done at this point of the game. And the scoring chances have come now for both teams. A really good start to the second period for the Moccasins. But after a good first period from the Rock Lobsters, neither one of these good spells have led to a goal for either team yet. Malik Johnson tries the quick shot on the faceoff. Robertson, Shinkarik. That one, I think, deflected off a Monroe Moccasin stick. Malik Johnson taken down to the ground. That move does not pay off for Kyle Stevens. But the forecheck from the Moccasins remains sturdy. Shinkarik bounces it to Milan. Athens are able to get it out of their own zone. Johnson around the net. Really good wraparound pass. Carter Shinkarik. The Rock Lobsters finally have their goal, and it's the man with the C on his chest. What is going on here? Oh, my God. It's erupting right in front of Ekholm Rosen's net as the Rock Lobsters have taken the lead, and everything is boiled over. Was looking around at Carter Shinkarik wheeling around to celebrate. The next thing you know, Malik Johnson and Orca Weisblatt are down on the ice. Seth Bacon looks awfully proud of his action there. Riley Robertson is going to be taken to the box as well. Seth Bacon really rolling in the grease right now, eh? Don't know if he took the minus on that play, and now his team is down a goal, so hopefully he celebrates that as well. Seth Bacon, a Georgia native out of Duluth. Take a look at the Rock Lobster bench after they have finally opened up the scoring. Carter Shinkarik, we have seen his wrist shot play a part in so many games already. Not only in terms of his scoring ability, but it has also played a part in his assisting as well, as he gets a puck so many times on opposing goaltenders to challenge them, and then someone like an Orca Weisblatt is there to sweep it up. We saw that last game on a power play goal scored by a Weisblatt. Niven asking who the assist went to. Still waiting for that goal to be recorded on the federalhockey.com website. So we'll get you that information as soon as we can. Referees making sure that they have everything ironed out, and probably with good reason. It was just a calamity of bodies right out in front of Ekholm Rosen's net. Quick move on the face-off, and it's a quick offside as well. Want to thank the Fed League Flash for checking into our stream tonight. He's been a really good resource for me as a commentator as he stays up to date all season long. With the 2 penalties to Seth Bacon and Riley Robertson, we are on the 4-on-4. And it looks like we'll take a stoppage and play here. So the Rock Lobsters score the opener to go up 1-0. And now we have 1:56 of...
As a football player, my body is everything to me. When I got injured, I was worried about
my future in the game, but you and your team's expertise, care, and support reassured me from the start. I've been able to...
Back from that commercial break quickly. So the Rock Lobsters have taken the 1-0 lead off the wrister from Carter Shinkarik. Assist going to Garrett Milan and Malik Johnson. So that money line has been money once again on the play there. And a good face-off win here on the 4-on-4. Minute 50 of 4-on-4 play as this puck is taken over by Hal Gustafson. Puck batted out to the far side. Virgili almost gets to that puck and opens up a great opportunity for Hal Gustafson. And here comes Kason Gallant, looking to extend his reign at the top of the FPHL goal-scoring chart. And now Philip Virgili getting in the face of Ekholm Rosen. These are the kind of jousts that get entertaining for me. I know a couple Swedish curse words, and I'm sure that there's some exchange there between Ekholm Rosen and Virgili. Again, confirmation that the goal came from Shinkarik, from Garrett Milan and Malik Johnson on the assists. We had an opportunity to talk to that man there, Philip Virgili. You'll hear from him in the second intermission interview. Had an opportunity to ask him what he thinks is overrated and underrated about Swedish culture. Had an opportunity to ask him about different things associated with the great country of Sweden. And he got to tell me if he thought that they were overrated and underrated. Malik Johnson has really been at the center of everything thus far. An assist on the Carter Shinkarik goal, and then he was in the middle of all of that chaos in front of Ekholm Rosen's net. Feel like all of the extracurriculars have really slowed down this period. Waiting for the green light from the officiating crew to get back going. And it looks like the Rock Lobsters are going to be on the power play. So we're back on the Paloma Park power play. If the Rock Lobsters score on the Paloma Park power play, fans can unlock $3 tacos at Paloma Park for 24 hours through the FanSaves app. We're on the 4-on-3 here. Shinkarik, the goal scorer, with a slap pass. Shinkarik to Milan, a slapper that goes straight up into the air. Shinkarik once again. Looking for Milan once again, trying to squeeze that one through the 5-hole. But closing those quads is Ekholm Rosen. We go to a replay right after we saw Malik Johnson look like he got cross-checked either in the upper body or towards the face. Shinkarik, the hot hand, able to feed Garrett Milan, who tries to slap one through the 5-hole. And now Malik Johnson talking his talk. We've got 42 seconds of 4-on-3, and then it'll be a minute 18 of 5-on-4. Good face-off win from Milan. Milan, Weisblatt, Johnson, and Shinkarik always looking to unleash that stellar shot is the Rock Lobster captain, Carter Shinkarik. Batted around the boards, and the Moccasins able to clear out. Garrett Milan, though, wasting no time, re-entering the zone. Takes it onto his forehand, wrist shot, and a save from Ekholm Rosen. Another great save, and some more jousting there right in front of the net. We're sent again to a quick replay. Garrett Milan makes the quick U-turn, drags it on the wrist shot, and a fantastic stop by Ekholm Rosen. A big, big opportunity to make something happen on the power play for the Rock Lobsters. New unit on the ice. Virgili, Gallant, Murray, and it looks like Kolatarsi on that far side. Kisa Gallant! Wrist shot from a tight angle, saved by Ekholm Rosen. It looks like we're just seeing a constant replay of the same face-off 2 or 3 times. Finally, looks like we've got it figured out. Joseph Furtado has one of the great broadcasts in our league. He's just getting his start out in Monroe. But you have to train interns in the meantime to try and run your broadcast for you. Not always easy. Here come the Rock Lobsters. As we are now on the 5-on-4. But it looks like this power play will end. Back to full strength are the Moccasins. Puck sent the length of the ice, touched by Ekholm Rosen, preventing the icing. Puck takes a bounce right into the defensive ice. Portillo has been a ball of kinetic energy in this game. Kolatarsi has been defensively stellar in this matchup. Puck cleared out by Monroe, and right now they're trying to just keep the Rock Lobsters at bay. .50 to go in the second period. Rock Lobsters up 1-0 from a goal scored in this set of 20 minutes by Carter Shinkarik. Heavy check in the back of a moccasin from Chris Hunt. Garcia tries to take it up himself. Dumps it in. Chased on the far side by Brandon Picard. Brandon Picard coming off a 3-assist game in that 7-2 win at Danville. Or at Dashers Hockey, if you will. Somehow getting a shot off there was a moccasin in that right face-off circle. And we're seeing another replay that while the game is happening. Robertson goes and plays fetch at a puck sent in. Really good wrist shot and a really good save. Kyle Stevens forces the glove save out of Bostedt. Jack Bostedt with a tremendous game thus far. Right now he's being credited with 11 in this matchup. We'll see where that ends up being after this game is all said and done. Sometimes it feels like it takes a while for those shots to get calculated. 9 minutes and 33 seconds left in the second period. And we go to a commercial break brought to you by Piedmont Athens Regional.
As a football player, my body is everything to me. When I got injured, I was worried about
My future in the game, but you and your team's expertise, care, and support reassured me from the start. I've been able to recover because of the quality care I received at Piedmont, and I am back playing at my full potential on the field. I can't thank you enough for what you've done for me, my family, and my future. Your help means the world to me, and I'll always be grateful for your part in keeping my dreams alive. How you doing?
Well, I didn't know you were going to be here.
Yes, sir.
I'm so proud of you. So happy for you. It gives me joy to see you out there on the field doing your thing. You look good.
Appreciate you.
It's a good-looking ankle.
I'm trying to tell you.
Rock Lobster fans, bring your crew and enjoy the excitement. The Athens Rock Lobsters are soon to make their arrival in the Classic City, and it will be the perfect time for a group outing. Enjoy discounted rates, block seating, and exclusive experiences, perfect for businesses, schools, or youth teams. Rally your group and be part of the action today. For more, visit rocklobstershockey.com/groups. A shot trickles past Bostet. Rock Lobsters clear it long, and we've got an icing. Puck being brought down back to the Rock Lobster defensive ice. Milan on the faceoff. Able to win it. This has looked a much better period for the Monroe Moccasins. However, the Rock Lobsters are the one that have the score in the second through Shinkarik. Able to get himself free and send it out is Dylan Hullaby. How about a slap pass over to Robertson from Shinkarik? Orca Weisblatt gets hit hard, but bounces off the check. Put into the zone by Frank Schumacher. Virgili has to be careful. Traffic right behind him. Malik Johnson takes it past his D-man. He was brought down. It looked like it almost might have been a trip. Not seeing any linesmen with their hand up right now. And looks like we do have a stoppage of play. Troy Murray getting in the face of Trigby miniguns there, took a light tap. Trigby miniguns, a big man standing at 6'4". Monroe still looking for their first win in this building. Their only win came on the shootout against the Baton Rouge Zydeco last game. A 6-5 victory for the Moccasins. But a non-regulation win only counts for 2 points as opposed to a regulation win counting for 3. And another great save. Jack Bostet has been absolutely electrifying with the glove in this game. Jack Bostet now with a 3-1 record in the still early going of his Rock Lobster career. And Philip Virgili lets out a sigh as he's kicked out of the face-off circle. I remember we saw this a lot the first time the Rock Lobsters played Monroe, trying to get free, and the puck gets frozen on an opportunity by Rex Moe, and we've got some more fighting here. In a lot of ways, it feels like deja vu of that first 2-game set against Monroe, where they're constantly trying to get the Rock Lobsters goat in this game. Chris Corrigan trying to state his case, but rightfully so, being sent to the sin bin. Troy Murray stares down Chris Corrigan as he shares the same fate. So back to the 4-on-4 we go. Carter Shane Carrick confused, and right now the referee is just trying to get a hold of this game as it feels like we break out into Taekwondo sparring every time the puck is frozen. $11 penalty minutes have been assessed to both teams in this one thus far, and it looks like we're going to a 4-on-4. Troy Murray has definitely got himself quite involved in this game in the early going, and he's not backed down from anything thus far. Won't be surprised if we see him drop the gloves at some point in this game. We have already seen him drop the gloves this season. Rock Lobsters still undefeated when it comes to dropping the claws and turning their foes into clarified butter. Rock Lobsters 5-1 on the year, looking to stay undefeated against Monroe, currently 2-0 against the Moccasins. Garrett Milan wins the faceoff. Riley Robertson has to be quick with the puck, needs to be quicker than that. And he chops the stick out of a Moccasin's hand, and we'll quickly go to a 4-on-3 now. So that 4-on-4 lasts for maybe all of 6-7 seconds. Malik Johnson getting in the ear of Hal Gustafson. One thing's for sure, no matter how this game ends, we're probably in for a treat when these two teams meet Saturday night. Remember that there is a one-day gap, this being the one game that's happening tonight in the FPHL. So make sure you tune back in for the Saturday night game that's happening at 8 p.m. Eastern. Monroe are looking for their first strike on the power play, as well as in this game. Good entry here. Wrister wide of the mark. Kyle Stevens almost loses a handle on that one. A lot of open ice for the Moccasins with just 3 Rock Lobsters there, a save on the pad of Jack Bostedt. Stevens takes it on the backhand, leaves it. Declan Conway over to the right for Kalikovi Nuemi. Wrister, right now the Moccasins are getting the shots off, but they're not getting them past Bostedt. I don't even think they're really challenging his net right now. Moving east to west. Backhand pass. Good pass through the crease. Kalikovi Nuemi was waiting for it from Kyle Stevens. Less than a minute to go now on the Monroe man advantage. On the doorstep, and finally the Moccasins able to get it in. Declan Conway trying to fire up this Monroe crowd. He's been waiting for his first moment to strike as a Moccasin, coming off a 1-goal, 1-assist game against Monroe. We'll take a look at how all this happened. A wrist shot that Bostedt initially saves. It's loose on the doorstep, and Declan Conway has a lot of net to aim for. Declan Conway, his 4th goal of the year, his first for Monroe, has brought the Monroe Civic Center fans to their feet. A lot of Halloween costumes in the attendance tonight. Declan Conway was released on waivers from Baton Rouge, Zydeco, claimed by the Moccasins last Friday, turned 29 on Tuesday. So you could say it's definitely been a whirlwind for the man who wears number 7 for Monroe. Things just got a lot more spooky for the Rock Lobsters, with this game now being evened up at 1 apiece. So actually, we'll go to a 4-on-4 here. Face-off won by Monroe, but maybe that hurts them more than helps them, as Matt Garcia tries to pin the Moccasins deep. They're able to get themselves out of there. Forehand, backhand, forehand, wrister! Back-to-back goals for the Moccasins. And it's going to heck in a handbasket for the Rock Lobsters. Trying to get a view of the number on the back of this jersey. Well, these Halloween jerseys are quite festive and fun. Very difficult to read the number on the back of them. Bostet letting up quick back-to-back goals, unfortunately, and now the Rock Lobsters down 2-1. In a matter of just seconds, the Moccasins go from being 1 goal down to 2-1 up. So Declan Conway evens it up at 1-1. While the two teams were still skating 4-on-4, Moccasins are able to take the 2-1 lead. And right now, the Rock Lobsters need to get their head in this game. Shinkarik to Robo. Robertson's pass gets intercepted. Blake Anderson behind the net. Right now, the Rock Lobsters don't want to see any puck that's in their half of the ice. Stefanini takes it over the halfway mark, and now Bostet will freeze the puck. This game has just been turned on its head, and you've got to give the Moccasins credit. They started out red hot in the second period, went down 1 goal to a goal that's now been given to Garrett Milan. So it must have been a tip from Garrett Milan on the shot from Carter Shinkarik. And now, in the last 10 minutes of this second period, the Moccasins have changed the complexion. Every time they bring the puck over, they're challenging Bostet as they do here. This time, the 25-year-old goaltender is able to make the stop. Still looking over and over again at who tallied the second. That's a Scooby Don't right there if I've ever seen one before. Puck won on the face-off all the way back to the Monroe side of the ice. A lot of control in this second period for the Moccasins. They carry it over. A shot gets blocked from Koivu Niemi and into the netting. 5.5 minutes left to go in the second period. Rock Lobsters have a lot to talk over in this TV timeout. We go to
As a football player, my body is everything to me. When I got injured, I was worried about
my future in the game, but you and your team's expertise, care, and support reassured me from the start. I've been able to recover because of the quality care I received at Piedmont, and I am back playing at my full potential on the field. I can't thank you enough for what you've done for me, my family, and my future. Your help means the world to me, and I'll always be grateful for your part in keeping my dreams alive. How you doing?
Well, I didn't know you were going to be here.
Yes, sir.
I'm so proud of you. So happy for you. It gives me joy to see you out there on the field doing your thing. You look good.
Appreciate you.
It's a good-looking ankle.
I'm trying to tell you.
the broadcast of the Athens Rock Lobsters is brought to you by Piedmont Athens Regional. Real change lives here. Aikens Ford. Aikens Ford is the largest Ford dealership in Georgia. If you're going to trust anyone, why not trust the biggest and the best? Stanfield Air Systems. We've spent the last 50 years fulfilling Athens' HVAC needs. First American Bank and Trust. We specialize in you. And Terrapin Beer Company. Do the right thing always. Rock Lobsters win this face-off with about 4:45 to go in this second period. A second period to forget for the Rock Lobsters. Had a much better first period, but the Rock Lobsters got the scoring started through now Garrett Milan, who's being listed as the goal scorer. We thought Carter Shinkarik had got things started. Clever save there from Bostedt. Had to be alert to that one as it came on a quick turnaround and a very, very tight angle. 4:24 to go. Rock Lobsters down 2-1 off 2 goals in quick succession from the Moccasins. Still plenty of game left to go in this one. Flipped behind. Here's some numbers here for the Rock Lobsters. Weisblatt enters cleanly. Looking for an opening. Gets brought down. Johnson. Not sure if he was trying the wraparound with a backhand there. Doesn't come off, whatever it was. Lobsters have to be careful. Orca Weisblatt feeling the effects of being brought down behind the Monroe net. That is not what you want to see for someone who has been firing on all cylinders as of late, coming off a 2-goal game against the Dashers. Looks like we got some special seating up in the Monroe Civic Center. Reminder that this broadcast is brought to you by FanSaves. Make sure to download the FanSaves app to access exclusive deals from our partners. For example, you can log in now and you can get a free basket of fries from Farm Burger. We're seeing Orca Weisblatt heavily favoring what looks like his left hand. And it looks at the very least like that would be the end of this second period for the Rock Lobsters, rather for Orca Weisblatt. No doubt a scary thought for head coach Steve Martinson, and It's been a scary few minutes as well for the Rock Lobsters. Monroe with a lot of puck possession in the second period. Some good opportunities that have been generated. One of them scored by the new man, Declan Conway. It looks like they're trying to get maybe some of the equipment that was left by Orca Weisblatt behind the net back to him. Still no second goal recorded on this scoring summary from the federalhockey.com website. So still unsure as we see another look there at Orca Weisblatt. Looks like he's really favoring that left hand. Really unfortunate to see. You really hope that he could make his way back into this one. Right now, the Rock Lobsters need all hands on deck to come back from this very close deficit. But you're going to have to see more fight from your team in the third period if you're Steve Martinson. Initially, I thought it was a trip behind the net. No call from the referees, and it looks like we're finally ready to get back going here. We'll see how these lines get switched up here. Looks like the second line is out. Case and Gallant. You would think it would be the person that is ready to make the step up to the first line, but how do you do that when his chemistry, his partnership with Philip Virgili has been so electric to start the year? It's something we'll talk about with Philip Virgili in the second intermission. Make sure you stay tuned for our intermission interview with the Swede. He makes a great defensive play there, falling down and trying to poke it out is Chris Hunt. So Chris Hunt looks like he's on the second line. Perhaps Brandon Picard has made the move up to the first line in place of Orca Weisblatt. Case and Gallant slams on the brakes, looking for an option. Kicks one out to the far side. Philip Virgili knows Chris Hunt's behind him. Hunt gets pinned to the boards by Shoemaker. It's the Moccasins who come out with the puck. Puck sent in. Justin Portillo on this near side. He's looked hungry to score. He almost makes a great play over to Hunter Alden. Another good opportunity for Alden as well. We saw him strike the post shorthanded earlier on in this game. One thing's for sure, this is a Monroe team that looks a lot better than it did. Right after we say that, the Rock Lobsters score into an open net. Brandon Picard with his second as a Rock Lobster. And we have evened it up at 2 apiece. We take another look at it. A great defensive play from Hunter Alden to get that puck under control and then send it over to his left for Brandon Picard to bury it into a completely open net past Ekholm Rosen. And now we are level at 2 apiece. The Rock Lobsters waste no time feeling bad for themselves. Instead, they go back and get another goal to even it up. Brandon Picard is someone who has really impressed head coach Steve Martinson. We talked about that in our Coach's Corner. Ekholm Rosen decides to play the puck. Risky move, but Riley Robertson unable to bring that under his control. Less than 2 minutes to go in this second. Carter Shinkarik gets his control of the puck poked out from under him. Gustafson into the corner, behind the net. Clever play on the backhand from Trigby Miniguns, but no one was there. Milan almost falls for Hunter Alden. Best game of the season thus far for number 22, Hunter Alden, the 25-year-old from Walla Walla, Washington. Bossett went over to play the net. Cason Gallant over the line. Wraps around. Puck gets intercepted. Still has it, though. Picard, the goal scorer, to make it 2-2. Wrister, saved by Ekholm Rosen. Philip Virgili doesn't get there before his teammate Troy Murray does. Cason Gallant pokes it free, but in favor of the Moccasins, who will clear out. .30 seconds left to go in this second period. The Rock Lobsters will hope that the next opportunity falls for them. Brandon Picard now has fire in his skates. He's not giving up on anything. Cason Gallant tips it with his skate. Virgili opens it up for Picard. Virgili back to Picard in the corner, tries to return the favor. Last opportunity, and the play ends in the second period. Wow. After no goals scored in the first, it was a complete whirlwind in the second. First off, for the large amount of time to start the second period, every time the puck was frozen, it looked like we were getting into a fight. Garrett Milan opened up the scoring 5.5 minutes into the second period on a tip from Carter Shinkarik. Then 20 seconds separated 2 goals scored by Declan Conway and Helmer Oskarsson, the Swede who wears number 10. The 13:18 mark and the 13:38 mark between those 2 goals. So 20 seconds separated them. One was a power play goal, one was even strength. And then Brandon Picard, the beneficiary of a great defensive play turned offensive play from Hunter Alden. The pass made sure that Brandon Picard had a completely open net to shoot the puck into. So we are even at 2 apiece. And a big part of the Rock Lobster success this season has been the partnership that has developed between the Swede Philip Virgili and also his line mate, Cason Gallant. I had a chance to talk with Philip about that partnership on practice Tuesday. Matthew Rad here with Rock Lobster forward Philip Virgili. Philip, it's been an electric start to the season for you. How are you feeling on the ice right now?
I'm feeling great. We've been gelling really well with the guys pretty quick, which has helped our gameplay pretty easily. Just keep on rolling from our wins and keep building our program here.
You've really taken the breath away from some of the fans with your playmaking skills, your vision, your skating. For those who haven't seen you, how would you describe your style of play?
Definitely a hard-working playmaker who has the ability to score. I feed well off of others. If others work well and work hard, I'll find them.
You're the only non-North American on this team from the great nation of Sweden. Are there any Swedes that you feel you model your game after?
That's a great question. Not really. I feel like as of lately, playing a centerman, Henrik Zetterberg has always been a great player to kind of look at. Hard worker, skilled guy. But Johan Franzen has always been a pretty gritty guy, so I've kind of based my play off of him a little bit. So.
The mule, yeah.
There you go, yeah.
I had a chance to talk to Cason Gallant about the great chemistry that you guys have displayed in the early going. He said that it's easy to play with you because of the amount of speed that you have on the ice. What do you think it makes it easy for you to play with Case?
Oh, I would just say the exact same answer. He's a hungry young kid, and he's flying down the ice. So, he's finding the sweet spots, and it makes it easy for me to find him. Obviously he's got the scoring touch, so yeah, it's just been working really well with us too.
Phil, with your native Malmo, Sweden, I'm sure people think of Andre Burakovsky, Rasmus Andersson, but many sports fans might have thoughts of soccer evoked by your hometown. I know you're a fan of your hometown football club. Were you as obsessed with Zlatan Ibrahimovic like so many Swedes for the last 25 years?
Oh, absolutely. It's a no-brainer right there. He's the god, right? He's the lion. It's been easy for me to watch soccer and all that home, seeing that our home team, have been Swedish Championship champions now for the last 4 years. But that's always been fun. And yeah, watching a guy like Ibrahimovic and his confidence, it's nice to kind of take that into hockey as well and kind of bring that in. You know, he's a confident guy and makes it easy for him to be a good player, and that's kind of bring that into hockey. So if you're confident, you'll play well.
You came to this country to play college hockey for Nichols College in Massachusetts, in a competition of what place is colder. Who do you think wins, Sweden or Massachusetts?
Oh, I would definitely say Mass. You know, it's somewhat similar weather, but it's just like a little more to the extreme. It's a little colder and a little hotter in the U.S.
What was it like to be a young man to move across the Atlantic to do what you love to do?
Oh, wow, I had no idea it was going to be that big of a change. But honestly, as soon as you kind of settled in and got comfortable there, it's the best decision I've ever made in my entire life. There's no doubt.
Phil, I want to play a little game with you. I'm going to give you a handful of things associated with Sweden. I want you to tell me if they're underrated or overrated, okay?
Okay, yeah.
First up, Swedish meatballs.
Oh, they're the best thing in the world.
So underrated?
So underrated, yep.
Next up, IKEA.
The best thing ever. Yep, underrated. Easily.
ABBA.
Oh, underrated. Best band there is, yeah, absolutely.
One the Americans might not know, Midsummer.
It's tough. I love Midsummer, honestly. And like all my American friends, I want them to be able to experience one. So I'm going to say, what was it?
Underrated or overrated?
Underrated, yep, underrated, yeah. Because it's just such a blast. And I mean, like, it brings dances and drinking and all that kind of stuff. So what's there not to like?
I was curious if maybe Swedes thought he turned their back on him, William Nylander.
Tough. Always loved that guy, skilled guy. Got a little conflicted when he had his little deal with the money situation. He didn't want to play, and but you know what? Still, like, kudos to him. Right? He's a great player, and it's always been fun to watch him dangle a couple of guys. So, especially, he's been huge for us in the World Cups and championships in the past. So, nothing but love for him, I guess.
Last up, the Swedish royalty.
Oh, they're amazing, right? Like, I think we're one of the few countries left that kind of respects the royalty, right? I think it's like us in Britain. So yeah, I mean, they might not have the same power they used to do in the past, but they're inspiration for the Swedish people.
Thanks so much for taking the time, Phil.
Of course. Sorry.
As a football player, my body is everything to me. When I got injured, I was worried about
my future in the game, but you and your team's expertise, care, and support reassured me from the start. I've been able to recover because of the quality care I received at Piedmont, and I am back playing at my full potential on the field. I can't thank you enough for what you've done for me, my family, and my future. Your help means the world to me, and I'll always be grateful for your part in keeping my dreams alive. How you doing?
Well, I didn't know you were going to be here.
Yes, sir.
I'm so proud of you. So happy for you. It gives me joy to see you out there on the field doing your thing. You look good.
Appreciate you.
It's a good-looking ankle.
I'm trying to tell you.
Since we opened in 1968, we've taken pride in our professional staff. Unparalleled customer service is our legacy. Experience the best, skilled hands and friendly faces. At Stanfield Air Systems, satisfaction is not just a guarantee, it's our tradition. Schedule online at stanfieldair.com.
This broadcast of the Athens Rock Lobsters is brought to you by Piedmont Athens Regional. Real change lives here. Aikens Ford. Aikens Ford is the largest Ford dealership in Georgia. If you're going to trust anyone, why not trust the biggest and the best? Stanfield Air Systems. We've spent the last 50 years fulfilling Athens' HVAC needs. First American Bank and Trust. We specialize in you. And Terrapin Beer Company. Do the right thing always. Also have an opportunity to talk about some more of our sponsors, including Athens Area Urology. You're in good hands with Athens Area Urology. Plumber Pro, Hospitality South, Athens Coca-Cola Bottling Company, Classic City Flats, the home of the Rock Lobsters, Harmon Enterprises, Roto-Rooter, Aero Exterminators, Northeast Distributing Company, Aegis Trust Company, De Palma's Italian Cafe, Leslie Jones Law, Porterhouse Grill, Farm Burger, Fox's Pizza, and 23 Design. Rock Lobsters are tied 2-2 with the Monroe Moccasins after the second period. Make sure you stay tuned. It's going to be an exciting third period, to say the least. Rock Lobster fans, if you've not secured your gear yet, now is the time. Head over to shop.rocklobstershockey.com today and gear up to show your Lobsters pride. Do not miss out. Get yours now. You also have a chance to get your season tickets with the Athens Rock Lobsters off to a hot start. Now's the time to lock in your loyalty. Secure your season tickets and save big compared to single game prices. Plus, enjoy exclusive benefits like early entry and meet and greets with the team. Do not miss a moment. Get your season ticket today. For more, visit rocklobstershockey.com/tickets. Still got some time to go before the third period. Make sure you stay tuned here on the Athens Rock Lobster YouTube page. And also make sure you subscribe. We're trying to hit our goal of 400 subscribers. We're at 380 right now, so make sure you subscribe. That gives you the opportunity to also get involved with our YouTube stream chat. In the second intermission, Rock Lobsters tied 2-2 with Monroe. Stay tuned for the third period. back here in the Monroe Civic Center for the start of the third period. And that brings us to our fan saves trivia question of the game. We are potentially on the way to an overtime period here, 2-2 to start the third. So our fan saves trivia question of the night is, who has scored the only overtime goal for the Rock Lobsters this year? We are quickly underway. Garrett Milan with a face-off win to get us started in the third period. Hopefully the winning period for the Rock Lobsters in this game. It was a topsy-turvy one in the second, to say the least. Garrett Milan got the scoring started about 5 minutes in. He might be trying to get himself on the score sheet once again. He knows something about multi-goal games here in Monroe. He was the one that got us started on the redirect from Carter Shinkarik about 5 minutes through in the second period. Then quick back-to-back goals 20 seconds apart from the Monroe Moccasins made it a 2-1 game very, very quickly. So 1 goal down to 2-1 up for the Moccasins. But then Hunter Alden made a great defensive play, then passed it laterally to Brandon Picard, who all he had to do was shoot into the open net to make it 2-2. Shades of the last time these two teams met. Reminder that in that game, it took a last-minute goal from Carter Shinkarik, who rocked the water bottle at the top of the net to secure all 3 points for the Rock Lobsters in that one. And we got a stoppage in play here. A player down, not what you want to see. We had seen some speculation on what exactly happened with Orca Weisblatt earlier on in this game. And the Rock Lobsters will go to the power play after Rex Moe brought down a Rock Lobster illegally. So we go to the Paloma Park power play. Rock Lobsters still looking for their first power play goal of the night. And if they get one, fans can unlock $3 tacos at Paloma Park for 24 hours through the Fan Saves app. So if the Rock Lobsters score on this power play, make sure you keep your eyes open on the Fan Saves app and make sure you download it if you don't have it already. Gallant wrister saved off the pad of Ekholm Rosen. Chris Hunt bats that back over to himself. Hunt in the corner. Picard. Really good pass to Troy Murray. Kolatarsi to his left. Instead, he goes to Gallant to his right. Gallant with a save. That one might have hit the post. Kolatarsi. Picard looking for his second of the game, and that one saved by the Swede at Ekholm Rosen. Kolatarsi. Picard. Wrister blocked right out in front of him by Koivu Niemi. Kali Koivu Niemi, by far the hardest name to pronounce for me thus far in the FPHL. Kolatarsi unleashes a shot. That one bounces right back off of Ekholm Rosen. Chris Hunt is there. He's brought down to the ice. And now the Moccasins are going to be able to skate it out. Troy Murray gets dispossessed. Alden. Kolatarsi. Virgili and Johnson on this left side. Malik Johnson tries to turn on the Jets around the net. And that one rolls all the way out. Fetched by Shinkarik. Does he have another late winner in him? Like he scored the last time these two teams met. Alden. Another pad save from Ekholm Rosen. He's done well with the pads thus far. And the power play over for the Rock Lobsters. Looks like the icing came right after the penalty ended. And hats off to Niven, who got our Fan Saves trivia question right. Cason Gallant indeed had the winner. That came against the Blue Ridge Bobcats. Rex Moe from a tight angle, and Bostet is able to use his stick to get that under his spell. Another good start to the period for the Rock Lobsters. It's in the early going, had been a tale of two periods through the first 20 minutes. Rock Lobsters looked the better team in the first. The Moccasins looked the better team in the second. But all 4 goals were scored in that second period. Puck sent around the near side. Johnson in this body pile. Puck emerges at center ice. Look at Cason Gallant. Gallant, such a quick, fast skater. Robertson has to be quick here. Gets hit from behind hard. That's absolutely careless from the Rock Lobster, from the Moccasin player who took down Rock Lobster Riley Robertson. Looks like it's Trig v. miniguns. That's absolutely dirty play. No, it's Scott Koch. And Malik Johnson's going to get a spot in the box too, which is pathetic. Unbelievable that after that dirty hit, it all leads to a 4-on-4. Unbelievable. Garrett Milan can't believe it either. Malik Johnson talking his talk to someone to his right, his immediate right. I don't know if it's a fan or if it's someone involved with Monroe. Either way, I like it. The officials talking things over, to my understanding. And I'm wondering if they're deliberating what the severity of this call should be for Koch. See if there's anything on the Federal Hockey website yet. It's being given as a boarding minor. Unbelievable. Dirty hit in the numbers leads to a 4-on-4. So, on the 4-on-4, and the Moccasins win the faceoff. Riley Robertson completely hit from behind. Malik Johnson tries to take up for him. Rightfully so after a dirty hit. Shinkarik with speed over the blue line. Virgili takes his eye off the puck. Can skip it over like a stone over to Kolatarsi. Shinkarik with a great poke to stop that puck in its tracks. Risky backhand pass back to Virgili. Virgili getting checked by Declan Conway, who scored Monroe's first. Really good pass. Right up the middle, Casa Gallant was looking for the close-range slapper, but couldn't get it off. A drive from Noah Robinson. First time we've said his name tonight. Here he is again. Good pass. Rister comes from the high slot and misses on Bostet. This game's starting to heat up in Monroe. Gallant, good defensive play. Behind the net is Kyle Stevens, who gets wrangled up. Troy Murray. Troy Murray has been at the middle of a lot of physical play tonight. Couple cross checks into the back of Schumacher. Morgan tries the long-range shot, but it's deflected right back at him. Another long-range shot right on to Bostet. And the last few seconds of this 4-on-4 period are now over. Matt Garcia turns the puck over. Koash out of the box and puts a shot right into the side netting, which is eventually stopped by Bostet. Going to be interesting to see how this one ends. Has been a bunch of battles that have progressed on the ice. We're going to take a quick break here at the 13:30 mark. It's 2-2 between Monroe and Athens.
As a football player, my body is everything to me. When I got injured, I was worried about
my future in the game, but you and your team's expertise, care, and support reassured me from the start. I've been able to recover because of the quality care I received at Piedmont, and I am back playing at my full potential on the field. I can't thank you enough for what you've done for me, my family, and my future. Your help means the world to me, and I'll always be grateful for your part in keeping my dreams alive. How you doing?
Well, I didn't know you were going to be here.
Yes, sir.
I'm so proud of you. So happy for you. It gives me joy to see you out there on the field doing your thing. You look good.
Appreciate you.
It's a good-looking ankle.
I'm trying to tell you.
Every time you think that this game can't pick up in intensity, it does just that. We are at a 2-2 scoreline with 6.5 minutes gone in the third period. We saw what I thought was an incredibly dirty play. And we come back from Monroe's commercial right into play here. Oh, Riley Robertson tries to put a stop on that one. It just goes past the post of Bostet. Charge put into that one, but a block leads to a 2-on-1 for the Rock Lobsters. Malik Johnson tries to wrist it in. You know he's hungry to score after he was getting jawed at by Monroe fans, but a good save from Ekholm Rosen. Like we said, this one just keeps heating up and heating up. Riley Robertson gets that poke check free, then it ends up in a shot that's blocked by the body of Brandon Picard, and Johnson on the 2-on-1 shoots one right into Ekholm Rosen. 13:06 left in the third period. Alden brought down to the ice. Justin Portillo back into the corner. Came off the midsection of Alden down onto the ice. Alden has had a great game in this one thus far. Chris Hunt lays his body on Bryce French. I think someone got sent into the Rock Lobster bench. A lot of heavy checks on the ice right now. Chris Hunt. Following it up is Alden. Rather, it was Justin Portillo who has looked really hungry to score a goal in this contest. Koash tries to take it between the legs of Shinkarik. Shinkarik a little smarter than that. Right out in front of the net. Smart play from Chris Corrigan to take it between his own legs and get it onto his forehand, but wasn't able to follow up with that play. 12 minutes left. Portillo backhands it past Koash. He didn't realize that puck was there for him to get. Lofted up into the neutral zone. Philip Virgili had one D-man in front of him. If he was able to poke that puck free, Hunter Alden was able to do so, poke it back into the Monroe zone, and then ask for the change. Kolatarsi, bouncer for Milan. Milan steps on the brakes. Brilliant play from the player coach. And this one's going to be whistled down for icing. I'm not sure if this is the change made on the first line. We're seeing Philip Virgili out there. It looks like it's been replacement by committee for Orca Weisblatt thus far. But we have not seen him since he had an injury to his left hand. We see what's upcoming for the Moccasins. Right after puck drop, we got another whistle. Troy Murray, how many times have we said his name tonight? So right now it is Cason Gallant on this first line with, rather, this looks like a makeshift line here as Bostet freezes time with a save. So not sure if the lines are completely in a blender right now. But Milan with Virgili and Gallant, and it looks like Malik Johnson will take the Swedes' place. So Milan, Johnson, and Gallant. Really quick shot off the face-off for Monroe. A great save with a pass for Bostet. The next shot wide from the Moccasins. Kolatarsi. Murray dumps it in. Milan. Kolatarsi back to him. A heavy cross-check in the back. What are we doing at this point? The Moccasins need to be told that they're not in the UFC. They're in a hockey league, and they've lost every fight that they've tried to put up thus far. And Troy Murray has finally had enough. He's been at the center of everything thus far. The officiating staff able to break it up. And Seth Bacon once again. Trying to play the role of agitator all game long. Seth Bacon, no points in his last 11 games, so maybe he's trying to do anything he can to have some sort of effect on the ice. And another long conversation on what exactly the penalty call will be. It probably will just be another 4-on-4, which is crazy after a heavy cross-check right into the numbers for Garrett Milan. And then, before that, it was Riley Robertson who was taken into the boards hard on a dirty play from behind. Taking a look at Ekholm Rosen, and rightfully so. I mean, Both goaltenders have been probably the stars of the show for their respective teams tonight. I wish we'd get the camera off this guy. Seth Bacon with his best clown costume for Halloween. So another long period of time for us to iron out what exactly the penalties are. Didn't see Steve Martinson behind the bench on that last camera pan there. I wonder if he's potentially been ejected from this game for some reason or another. Definitely wouldn't fault him for that. One thing you have to give plaudits for this Monroe team is how much their fans have come out to support the Moccasins in the early going of this season. And that allows us to transition well to tell you about the Aikens Ford Arena opening on December 6th. And if you cannot make every game, that's no problem. The Athens Rock Lobsters have made the FPHL aware of their arrival, and now is your perfect chance to pick the hottest matchups with our flexible mini plans. Whether it is weekend games, rivalry nights, or themed events, choose what works for you and be a part of the action. For more, visit rocklobstershockey.com/tickets. And it looks like that there is another player that is joining Seth Bacon in the box. It looks like it's Noah Robinson. So I'm assuming that they're giving a heftier penalty to Seth Bacon. And actually, I'm not seeing Seth Bacon in the box anymore, so I wonder if he's been removed from this game. No, Seth Bacon's there to the left of Robinson. My apologies. This is just taking too long to figure out. According to the Federal Hockey website, the only penalty that's been assessed thus far is the roughing minor to Troy Murray. But it looks like the Rock Lobsters will go to the power play. Eight power play chances tonight for the Rock Lobsters and have not buried on one yet. But if they do, this power play brought to you by Paloma Park, there is an opportunity for Rock Lobster fans to go to the FanSaves app and save on a deal from Paloma Park. They can unlock $3 tacos at Paloma Park for 24 hours through the FanSaves app if the Rock Lobsters score on a power play tonight. Shinkarik unleashes, but doesn't get clean contact on the hit. Stefanini able to clear it out, and 1:10 left on the man advantage, and half of this third period now over. Virgili, using that signature Swedish speed, gets the puck loose. Johnson lets that one roll, and it's out of the zone. Shinkarik has to go get it. Shots are very, very even, 30-29 in favor of the Moccasins. Penalty kill has been very good for the Moccasins tonight. Rister from the right side, blocked out in front. Milan, Shinkarik, Kolatarsi, quick pass into the middle, Virgili. Rather, it's Hunter Alden who's in the middle of your screen. Shinkarik, Milan. No one knows where that is. It went straight up into the air. Bizarre. Shinkarik. Rister. And it's into the netting. Puts a stop at the clock at 8:53, and Noah Robinson very close to coming out of the sin bin. Just 6 seconds left on this power play for the Rock Lobsters, which is still looking for its first power play goal on up-teen chances tonight. Still a lot of game to be played in this third period. And remember, the Rock Lobsters left it late the last time these two teams met. Carter Shinkarik with a highlight reel goal to finish it off. Noah Robinson looks ready to get out of the penalty box, but another lengthy conversation in this timeout. We're going to go to a commercial here for Piedmont Athens Regional. Thank you for Piedmont Athens Regional for sponsoring the Athens Rock Lobsters.
As a football player, my body is everything to me. When I got injured, I was worried about
my future in the game, but you and your team's expertise, care, and support reassured me from the start. I've been able to recover because of the quality care I received at Piedmont, and I am back playing at my full potential on the field.
Back in play here. Colatarsi, last second, said this power play. Chris Hunt tries to bury another chance that was let up from Ekholm Rosen on the wrister from Hunter Alden. So power play over for the Rock Lobsters. Saw Steve Martinson back behind the bench talking to the officials, so he's still in this one. I just figured, I know I would have boiled over if I've seen some of the calls that have been called in this game. That one goes into the netting behind Bostedt. Couple more extra punches thrown, this time between Helmer Oscarson and Matt Garcia. It sounds like Seth Bacon and Troy Murray are still in the box. So let's see if there's any clarification on what the penalty is. It looks like it's unsportsmanlike conduct. Gallant tries to slap it into the boards next to him. Portillo tilt-a-whirls one into neutral ice. Shinkarik tries a quick pass up the middle. Looks like a little knee-on-knee leads to the trip here. Justin Portillo, some other unfortunate customer trying to take him on. It's Hal Gustafson. No way Samuel wants that smoke. So 2 minutes for Portillo. And it looks like we'll be even. So back to a 4-on-4 as Hal Gustafson takes a seat as well. Little fist bump there between Hal Gustafson and Seth Bacon, and they sure do like to celebrate their penalties. No Moccasin has shined quite as brightly as Ekholm Rosen tonight. Taking a look at the shot numbers, he's made 29 saves on the night, 31 shots that he's faced. Jack Bostet has made 31 saves on the night, on the 33 that he's faced from the Moccasins. While we're in this break, let's see if we can count how many penalties have been taken in this game. Twenty-two penalties so far in this game. So we're back on the 4-on-4, 7:37 left to go in the third period in regulation. Are we heading potentially to another overtime contest for the Rock Lobsters? And if so, will they get their second overtime win of the year? 33 penalty minutes to 33 penalty minutes between the two teams. Thanks to Chris Butera in the chat. Malik Johnson, pass over to Garrett Milan. Garrett Milan, forehand, backhand, can't bury it. Ekholm Rosen is having by far his best performance of the year. Shinkarik. Numbers going forward for the Rock Lobsters. Robertson backhands it to Milan. It takes an awkward bounce off his stick. Malik Johnson tries to split two defenders like saloon doors, unable to do so, and cleared into the zone by Kyle Stevens. Into the corner. Declan Conway scored to make it 1-1. Unleashes a wrister. Another save from Bostet. Good read there from Riley Robertson as that one was spun around the end boards. Shinkarik. He just has that air every time he touches the puck that he's going to make something happen. Can it happen here? If he does, it'll potentially be a game winner. Instead, it's Virgili. Tight backhand shot. Falls back for Garcia. Slaps it into the boards for himself. Clever play. Gallant to the right for Kolatarsi. That evades just about everybody, including the net. Kolatarsi makes a great step up, unleashes a wrister, and a great save. Somehow, Ekholm Rosen scratches the armpit to trap the puck there. Unbelievable. About 18 seconds left in this 4-on-4. The Rock Lobsters have made the most of a more open rink with the two penalties. The draw controlled by the Moccasins. Good move on the backhand from Charlie Bedard. Kolatarsi paired with Matt Garcia right now, and the 4-on-4 is over. About 5.5 minutes. Portillo out of the box. You could smell how much he wants to make something happen, and he's able to force a save out of Ekholm Rosen, but not much more than that. Lines will change, and this money line back out for the Rock Lobsters. So far, Orca Weisblatt has been replaced by committee in this third period. Injured his left hand in the second. We're seeing Chris Hunt in his place at this point in the third period. Riley Robertson, the victim of a great play from Declan Conway, but a great save once again from Bostet. Bostet, no doubt, on his way to being a top 3 star of the night if the Rock Lobsters can eke this one out. Bostet leaves it for Shinkarik. Backhanded back around for Robertson. Milan bounces back for the captain. But the captain stepped on the brakes a little too early and the puck wasn't there, and now the play is whistled for offsides. Actually, it looks like it's a hand pass that blew the play dead. We head to another commercial break. We're hoping to kill some snakes here tonight. Rock Lobsters right now even 2 apiece.
As a football player, my body is everything to me. When I got injured, I was worried about
my future in the game, but you and your team's expertise, care, and support reassured me from the start. I've been able to recover because of the quality care I received at Piedmont, and I am back playing at my full potential on the field. I can't thank you enough for what you've done for me, my family, and my future. Your help means the world to me, and I'll always be grateful for your part in keeping my dreams alive. How you doing?
Well, I didn't know you were going to be here.
Yes, sir.
I'm so proud of you. So happy for you. It gives me joy to see you out there on the field doing your thing. You look good.
Appreciate you.
It's a good-looking ankle.
I'm trying to tell you.
Meet our professional team, where the best customer service is our promise. With over 5 decades of expertise, trust Stanfield to keep you comfortable. Schedule online at stanfieldair.com.
Back here in the Monroe Civic Center, fans really enjoying themselves on the night, but the Rock Lobsters will hope that they have something to boo at, and we're not talking about ghosts. Rock Lobsters hoping to win this game. Chris Hunt takes something up into the face, and the Rock Lobsters will have a late power play. Bostet leaves the net. So 6 skaters on the ice for Athens. You'll really feel like now is the time. Here is the place for Athens to find the game-winning goal in this one. Johnson with a great move. Gallant, drop pass, back to the line. Puck eventually gets touched, and we head to another Paloma Park power play. There's been a ton of chances for the Rock Lobsters to find a goal on the power play tonight. It just hasn't happened. And a reminder that if the Rock Lobsters score on the Paloma Park power play, then you have the opportunity to unlock $3 tacos at Paloma Park in the FanSaves app. So not only a reason for you to visit Paloma Park, but also a reason for you to download your FanSaves app. Here's Virgili. Shinkarik. Will he have the meaningful touch late on in this game, as he did the last time the Rock Lobsters were in Monroe? Shinkarik has to get that one back under his spell. Malik Johnson. Good slap fake pass over to the near side. He'll have another chance to make something happen. Gallant, Shinkarik. Gallant tries to follow it up. Shinkarik's shot went off the inboards and back into the crease. Gallant was there to clean it up. I think the puck went into the bench here. We take another look at Garrett Milan. Gets the puck right back from Gallant. Shinkarik waiting to unleash the slapper. It goes right back into the slot, right from the boards behind Ekholm Rosen. That could have been the moment for the Rock Lobsters. Rock Lobsters will take a timeout here as Steve Martinson puts up the tee. 3 minutes and 13 seconds to go. And a reminder that you still have a chance to get your season tickets now. Rock Lobster fans, the Rock Lobsters are off to a hot start. Now is the time to lock in your loyalty. For more, visit rocklobstershockey.com/tickets. Athens still on the power play. As you see by the 4 players from Monroe, befitting the man advantage for the Rock Lobsters. Garrett Milan loses out on the faceoff, and luckily it bounces advantageously for Carter Shinkarik. Virgili, Gallant, Brandon Picard also on this power play. Another great clearance. The penalty kill and the play of Ekholm Rosen have been the two things that the Moccasins could hold their hat on in this matchup. Philip Virgili able to breeze past his defender, but doesn't get to the puck after that. Shinkarik grabs it with a hand, able to get it back into the zone. Malik Johnson unable to dance away with that one. But he could dance back in only temporarily. Pokes back at a Moccasin, and Malik Johnson, along with Troy Murray and Justin Portillo, has really played a part of the physical edge of this game. Picard looking for his second of the night. Malik Johnson straight into a Moccasin. And now, here come the Moccasins right out of the penalty kill. Puck being whistled all around the rink before eventually being cleared out by Athens. Doesn't reach the goal line, so no icing. Moccasins with a tight angle backhanded shot. You're going to need something better than that to beat Bostet. Chris Hunt tenaciously goes in pretty much by himself into enemy territory, gets taken down for his efforts. Less than a minute remaining here in Monroe. And a heavy hip check right in front of Bostet, who then freezes. How about Chris Hunt, who got his body low to put Rex Moe on the ice? Brings a smile to Chris Hunt's face, along with all of the other Rock Lobster fans who are watching from home. "51 seconds before the Rock Lobsters will be sent to their second overtime contest of the year. Will be the third for the Moccasins and their second in the row. Coming off a shootout win against Baton Rouge. Long-range shot. Chris Corrigan didn't know where it was. He was in a great position to challenge Bostet. Robertson skates past the puck. Luckily, he then makes the block on Rex Moe. Gallant, one-touch pass. Virgili, trying everything he can, gets hit up high by Conway. 10 seconds left in this game. And we are going to yet another overtime. Rock Lobsters will have to get it done in the overtime period. If not, we are going to a shootout between these two teams, it has been contentious every second of the way. And both teams have not taken their foot off the gas pedal since the opening draw started. What is going to come up next in this contest? Make sure you stay tuned here. The overtime period is coming up after this. Back here, as we look at the Continental Division standings, Athens Rock Lobsters on top, Monroe Moccasins on the bottom. The Moccasins, though, will get at least a point out of this, so they will have at least 4 points by the time the night is over, 5 if they're able to get the win. Rock Lobsters will hopefully have 16 by the time the night is over. So to answer Niven's question in the chat, we'll talk about the overtime period and how it works. You need a regulation win to get 3 points in the FPHL. An overtime win will get you just 2. An overtime loss earns you at least 1 point. There will be 5 minutes of 3-on-3 overtime play, just like the NHL. And if that is not enough to separate these two teams, then we go to a shootout. And the shootout is a little bit different in the FPHL too. So after the first 3 shooters, both coaches can send up whatever shooter they want as many times as they like. So an interesting rule, definitely different from those of you at home who might watch the NHL or even the AHL. Going to be interesting to see how this one ends. If you see on your scoreboard, there is a 4 up there. Of course, there's not 4 periods in hockey. That's what we have for our overtime. The Rock Lobsters hoping that they can find the winner just like they did 4 games ago at Blue Ridge. That was a 3-2 overtime win against the Bobcats. Case in the Gallant. As Niven in the chat got right on the fan saves trivia question, told us that Case in Gallant was indeed the only overtime goal scorer on the season. We get things started at center ice. And it's the Monroe Moccasins who win the draw. Johnson, Milan, and I'm assuming Shinkarik. We'll get confirmation here, and it is the Rock Lobster captain. Declan Conway, good pass, high slot shot, and it's saved by Bostet. Kali Koivu Niemi with the shot on Bostet. Bostet, no doubt, trying to cement his name into the 3 stars tonight. Make sure you stay tuned for the Piedmont Athens Regional Postgame Show. Look at Garrett Milan. This is where he can turn on the Jets. Garrett Milan trying to take it all the way, and a glove save from Ekholm Rosen. A couple of back-to-back stellar saves from each goaltender. First Bostet, and then the Swede on the other side of the ice. Halloween night. This game has been much more of a treat than it has been a trick. Virgili slaps it to the right. Gallant back to Kolatarsi. Back to the leading goal scorer in the FPHL. That one to the top of the glass, didn't touch the netting. Virgili battling with Blake Anderson. Went into the upper body of Case and Gallant. Monroe able to wheel away with it. Virgili skating quickly to try and prevent the 2-on-2. And Kolatarsi able to poke it out of the zone. 4 seconds to go. Blake Anderson U-turns in the right face-off circle. Kolatarsi, great defensive play to back him out. Hal Gustafson, shadowed by Case and Gallant, goes behind the net. Good momentum coming out of their zone for Stefanini, who shoots one wide. With 3-on-3, you don't want to overcommit too much to anything if you're either team. Stefanini dumps it in. Robertson. Interesting backhand from Schumacher. Easy enough for Bostet to make the save on. It has just felt like we have had no idea of what next turn this game is going to take. Four goals scored in this game. All of them were in the second period. Milan, Shinkarik, Johnson back on the ice. Milan going up against Corrigan. Good face-off win from the Moccasins. Can they make anything of it? Koivuniemi, well wide on the shot. Shinkarik is just going to have a chance to recycle this puck and generate some speed from their own end. We've seen Milan in this kind of position already. Forehand, backhand, and then he tries the wrist shot and scores! He scores! Garrett Milan with a highlight reel goal to win it in overtime. The Rock Lobsters travel back to Monroe, and they've defeated the Moccasins in 3 straight games. Just when you think that Garrett Milan doesn't have another gear, he finds one on his gear stick. Garrett Milan with some great speed into the Monroe zone and a fantastic wrist shot to beat Ekholm Rosen high left, and that wins it for the Rock Lobsters. We are now officially in our Piedmont Athens Regional postgame show. Steve Martinson leaves his bench and onto the ice victoriously. And it is time for our 3 stars of the night. Third star of the night, first for the Monroe Moccasins, will be Marcus Ekholm Rosen. He just made too many great saves in this game that kept Monroe in it for so long. A fantastic game for the Swedish goaltender. And then the second star on the night will be Justin Portillo. Justin Portillo with a tremendous amount of tenaciousness in this game. He started off the contest with several good scoring chances, and then when he saw that the energy from the team was lacking early on, he dropped the gloves and made an absolute fool out of a Monroe Moccasin. And while the Rock Lobsters didn't find the score in the first period, and we're seeing something interesting here. Looks like a prayer almost at center ice. Very, very interesting showing there, and a good showing of sportsmanship as well between Malik Johnson and Justin Portillo and a number of Monroe Moccasins who were very, very involved physically in this game. Very, very cool to see. But back to our second star of the night, Justin Portillo was a ball of energy, as he has been all season long, was a big, big part of laying his body all over the ice and giving energy to the Athens bench as well. And then the first star of the night, who else can it be? Garrett Milan opened up the scoring on the redirect from Carter Shinkarik to make it a 1-0 game. He started this matchup and he finished it with a great move into the Monroe ice, took it forehand, backhand, and then a great wrister to beat Ekholm Rosen up high. What a great, great performance from the player coach for the Athens Rock Lobsters. Taking a look at what's next, it's Monroe again. There will be a one-day break, so a day off for the Rock Lobsters to enjoy Friday in Monroe. And they'll be back here on November 2nd. That's Saturday night for a game at 8 p.m. Eastern. Tonight was 7:30, and tonight will be 8 p.m. So a little bit 30 minutes later than you were expecting tonight. Make sure you tune in 30 minutes later for that 8 p.m. game against Monroe. Wow. This was a game that really took the breath away. We'll take a look at the chat, see what's coming up. Soccer Boy says Garrett Milan better be star number one. He sure is, on our broadcast at least. A lot of people telling Seth Bacon to go home, and probably rightfully so. And Soccer Boy says, look forward to chatting with you all there. Got to get Mateen on the fan page as well. I believe I'm on the fan page, Soccer Boy. If you're talking about the Facebook one, I'm on that fan page. You guys can catch me there, and I will be posting links to our streams all season long, so make sure you keep an eye out there. On behalf of all of the Athens Rock Lobster staff, this is Mateen Rad saying so long from our broadcast from the Monroe Civic Center. This one was won 3-2 in overtime. The Rock Lobsters move to 5-1, 16 points on the year for them. Thanks, everybody, and have a good night. Happy Halloween to all of you. Go watch this.